Hello everyone, I am Piyush. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I will show you my budget for the month of March 2023 and how I performed according to my budget. So without wasting any time, let's get into it. Before going right into the budget, just want to tell you about my background. I am a student at Purdue University, but currently I am in Los Angeles for my internship. So I have prepared a budget for me, how much I will spend per month on various categories, and I will show you how I performed relative to these values. So budgeting is really important no matter what you do in your life, whether you earn millions or you earn almost nothing. It's very useful to have a budget and stick to it, because otherwise there's no way you can track your spending. Budgeting is not about just being frugal, it's about where you are spending the money. If you are overspending in some categories, say you are eating out a lot, you can just track it and know that you can cut out some expenses, cook at home and save this money, because the cost of eating out in the US is too high. The rent in Los Angeles is higher compared to other states. I'm staying in a private apartment, so for me it is $930 per month. It was actually $1,400, but I negotiated with the leaseholder and told him that I have some budget constraints and negotiated the rent from $1,400 to $930, which is a great deal. If you are willing to share, then this $930 might have become $500 or $600, but for me it was $930. So for the rent, I spent $930 in March. Next, the utilities is $50 per month. I have set aside $50. In Los Angeles, the electricity bill comes after every 2 months, so I don't have the bill yet, but I know on an average it's around $50 or $60. So $50 is the range for me, and I expect it to be around $50. So that's the $50 for utilities. The next is the most important, grocery. I have set aside $150 per month, which I think is sufficient. Whether it's rice, whether it's roti, whether it's any vegetables that I like to cook, whether it's fruits, everything is included in that, and I think $150 is a good range for me. For this month, it was over this budget. I spent around $180, but I know that I only spent this amount on some necessities such as fruits, vegetables. I didn't get anything that I don't want. It was only the essentials, whether it's fruits, vegetables, rice, chapatis and other things. Again, I am not hard on myself when I go above the budget. It's just that I'm tracking the amount, so I know how much I spent in each of the categories. I was $30 above the budget. It was 181.02 to be exact, as opposed to the 150 that I had budgeted for the groceries. The next component in my budget is traveling. I love traveling in the US. I have been to many states and many cities in the US, and I definitely won't cut back on traveling, because I think that's important. I want to explore US. I want to explore new places with my friends or alone. And as a student or at any age, you don't want to miss out on traveling. Just make sure you have a plan and you don't overspend. You can definitely get your flight tickets, your meals at affordable rates. You don't have to stay in a 5-star hotel, or you don't have to book a business class or first class on your flight tickets. You can definitely get everything under budget and still travel around the world or around the country. For traveling, I have budgeted around $300 per month, which I think is sufficient for me. This includes everything from my car traveling, whether I rent a car, whether I go by bus, whether I take flights or go anywhere. This includes all this budget. And in the month of March, I went to various places. I went to Big Bear Lake with my roommates. I also went to Northridge and met some of my childhood friends there, so it was a great thing. I didn't cut back on that, and you can't save all of your money and just keep it as it is. You want to dedicate a certain portion of your funds to traveling and make sure you go around and see new places, meet your friends and enjoy life. So including everything, my total expenses in March for traveling was $234.48, which included all the traveling that I mentioned. I also got a flight ticket in $186. I'm going to Purdue. I'm going there after 3 months, and it will be a great time meeting all of my friends at Purdue. So the return ticket from Los Angeles to Purdue was $186 for me. So this was the major portion of my traveling expenses. Again, the total was $234.48 compared to the budget set out as $300. So I was under budget by around $60 in the month of March. The next component is eating out. Sometimes I like to eat out and I want to try some new cuisines or some Indian cuisines out there. I have set aside $150 per month for that. A meal can range anywhere from $5 to $10, $15, or even $30 or $40 depending on your needs. There are many restaurants in Los Angeles. It's easy to get tempted, but I have set aside a budget of $150, considering one meal as $30, and even if I eat out on every weekend, it will be 30 into 4, that is $120 per month. But I have set aside $150, which I think is sufficient for me. For the month of March, I went to various restaurants like Olive Garden, an Indian restaurant named Annapurna in Los Angeles. I also tried a ramen in LA. There was some discount. They have a discount on the first of every month where we get ramen for $7, which is a steal deal for me. And also sometimes I like to get Subway, so everything is included in that. I didn't compromise on eating out. Whenever I felt like eating out, I went out. But for the month of March, my total expenses for eating out was 109.12 to be exact, compared to the budget of $150. So again, I was under budget by around $40 for eating out in the month of March. The last portion in my budget is miscellaneous expenses. This basically includes all the expenses that can't be categorized in any of the categories I mentioned above. That might be rent, grocery, traveling, utilities, etc. So every expense apart from that is included in miscellaneous. For my miscellaneous expenses, there were various expenses like subscriptions, doing laundry, going out for movie, and all the other things included. For that, I have budgeted around $300 per month, which is again on the higher side, but I'm considering every expenses that might come up. It might be an emergency, or it might be any other thing. So I think $300 is a good range for me. For the month of March, I spent $176.35 to be exact, as compared to the $300 that I had budgeted out. So for this category, I had a great savings. I was under budget by around $120 for the month. Totaling all my budget, my total budget for the month is around $1,900, but I spent around $1,700, so I saved around $200. I was $200 under budget, which is a great achievement for me. You can note that even after making a budget, it's not that I will spend all the $1,900. I will just spend my money on only the necessities and the things I really need. I'm trying to stay disciplined as much as I can and trying to stick to my budget. So this was my budget for the month of March 2023, and I definitely suggest you start budgeting your money. Just make sure you track where you spend your money and divide it in categories to see how much you spend in each categories. It will be a great thing for you. You will start getting disciplined in your life when it comes to money. Comment down your thoughts below. If you already have a budget, let me know how much you spend per month, whether you are staying in any state in the US. Like and subscribe my channel if you find my content useful. Thank you again for watching this video. Until next time.